Good evening, welcome to Interesting Talks with footprintscounselingservice.com. Today's talk is on our emotions. For many, it's something we run and hide from, neglect, or try to even deny. But they can have a major influence on us, whether we like it or not. I'm going to try to outline how they work and how we can work with them. Like, share, leave comments on Facebook and on YouTube. If you've not subscribed to my channel on YouTube, hit that notification button and subscribe. 3 reasons to let yourself feel your emotions. Struggling with your feelings often leads to more suffering. From time to time, when we were children, many of us were told such things as, don't cry. There's nothing to be sad about. So as a culture, we're often taught we should avoid unpleasant emotions at all costs. Thus, for many, the primary impulse when they experience unpleasant emotions is to try to escape from those feelings through alcohol, drugs, restricting food, binging and busyness, even compulsive sex or a variety of self-harming behaviours. I believe it is far healthier to learn to live with the experience of the pain rather than to try and numb those emotions. There are 3 reasons why it's important to allow yourself to process the experience of your true feelings. 1. When you numb sadness, you also numb happiness and joy. The reality is you cannot selectively numb emotions. Using negative behaviors to avoid feelings may help you experience less sadness or anger, but they also stop you from feeling happiness and joy. Part of the amazing thing about being human is that we are able to have a range of emotions. Experiencing sadness and hurt is a part of what makes it so incredible to feel joy and happiness. Think of your feelings as waves in the ocean. They come, they go, rise and fall. No feeling lasts forever. Anger, sadness are necessary, helpful parts of the human experience. Additionally, all of your emotions contain gifts and help us as people to grow. 2. Struggling with your emotion often leads to more suffering. Trying to fight our feelings leads to more suffering. Using negative behaviors to try and numb our feelings is akin to putting a band-aid on a gaping wound. They might make you feel better temporarily, but these behaviors do not fix the underlying problem. Further, using negative coping strategies to numb emotions causes people to feel even worse in the long term. Rather than trying to suppress your feelings, work to be mindful and a mindful observer of them. Notice the emotions that you're experiencing, where you feel them, even in your body. Try to cultivate a curious, non-judgmental stance. Our emotions are often messages with a signal, something important that we need to pay attention to. Let's say you see a friend pursuing their lifelong dream of writing a book. You're filled with jealousy. If you take a moment to get curious about what this emotion might be telling you, you may discover that you too are passionate about a pursuit of writing, for example. Or you may perhaps be filled with anger and resentment towards your partner. Often feelings of resentment are the result of someone not respecting you, your boundaries, or an indication that you are not effectively communicating your needs. 3. Process this experience of your feelings is a part of a full life. Anyone in the throes of an eating disorder, addiction, workaholism, or sex addiction can tell you that constantly trying to run from your emotions is exhausting. When you are focused on numbing your feelings rather than pursuing them and using healthy coping strategies, you prevent yourself from living a full and meaningful life. Hurt, frustration and pain and sadness and anger are all natural, healthy parts of the human experience. When you try to suppress these emotions, you are unable to thrive. Part of having a full life is feeling all of your emotions, both pleasant and unpleasant. It is beaming with joy the way you feel in your heart with gratitude in moments of joy. It's also expressing the heartbreak and disappointment and truly letting yourself sit with these feelings. An integral component of being able to cope with emotions is the practice of self-compassion, which is simply treating and responding to yourself the way you would a loved one who was sad or struggling. You deserve to extend the same to yourself, the same kind of kindness that you would give to others that you love. Beating yourself up for feeling sad, anxious, or scared often serves to make you feel even worse. Instead, work to say kind and gentle things to yourself and engage in compassionate acts of self-care. Experiencing your emotions and being vulnerable with people that you trust is a sign of true strength, not of weakness. Ultimately, the way to heal and move through painful experiences is to let yourself feel them. You can do this by writing a journal, through artwork, talking to a friend, or seeking help from a therapist. There are so many healthy ways to process your emotions. Of course, there are times, i.e. if you're at work or at school, when it's not always feasible to process your feelings in the moment, which is when you can employ the healthy distracting or coping strategies. Later, it is still important to process your feelings when you are in a better place to do so. Ultimately, you deserve to let yourself experience all of your emotions and to treat yourself with kindness and care. Now, there's lots of emotions that we experience. I did kind of more edge towards the non-enjoyable emotions, what we could call the negative emotions, but we have many positive emotions. And I firmly believe it's really, really important to experience them all for what they are. If you've never been sad, you will never appreciate happiness, for example. So in this coming week, if you know anybody that, is a bit emotional, they bury their emotions all the time, share this video with them. And then when you've shared it with them, have a talk with them and see what they thought about the video and see if any of it resonates with them. If it does, then of course you've hit your goal and you've woken them up a little bit. But until next week, take care of yourself. Thank you extremely for watching, and make sure you go out with a positive attitude for the coming week and be aware of your emotions. Take care for now. Bye-bye.